Hello everyone, and welcome to my reaction to Chainsaw Man episode 5. And I would like to give you some good news, but it's actually bad news for me. So I recorded a different video before this one because this episode came out later than I expected. So I recorded a different video first, and then I don't know what happened. Fucking life happened, and then my audio was muted. No episode audio, no mic, like. So it was like that, and it wasn't my mic that. It wasn't that because my mic makes a red circle when it's muted. So it was like muted somewhere on the program. So that whole video is kind of useless, kind of. But it's fine. I was reacting to Monster Musume episode 1 and 2 for my fansly. And I guess it's the kind of show that, it's more reaction based rather than, reviewing and talking and stuff. So I'm still going to post it. I'm just going to edit the episode sound in so that people can still hear what's going on in the episode and it's not just some awkward silent movie. And then my face is just going to be all, crazy reactions, no sound. Anyway, I'm very disappointed because it's my first video on there. But luckily, it didn't happen to this video. So that's the good news for you guys. Congratulations. Okay, so let's jump into this week's Chainsaw Man reaction. I probably should fade the screen a bit more, and then just something else to be happy about. I got my nails done, and they're super cute and the pink and sparkly. So I can't really complain. Shit happens, and we got to just. In Afrikaans, it's called. What is there? There's a saying in Afrikaans, which is my first language. Volkvoort. Like fuck forward. I don't use it a lot because it's rude, but anyway, let's go. Oh my. I can't really judge because I have padded boobs too, but at least, skin on skin. You expect skin on skin, not jersey, t-shirt, padding. Oh, disappointed. But yeah, I think probably 9 out of 10 times your first sexual experience is disappointing. So, welcome to the real world. She really is a demon. I think though this is gonna be good for him because maybe he will realize because I spoke last time about how it might be more about intimacy than anything else. So maybe there's a little bit more to his dream than he realizes. It can't just be about the fondling. There's more. ジャンプ。I want to hear what he says to her. Well, it's not what you expected. But you got your hands on padding. There was no skin on skin contact. I think he's going to realize maybe soon enough that there's other things to touch too. And kisses to give. And cuddles. And things to get too. Good advice. Better than touching boobs. Dream come true. For real this time. Oh shit. Yeah, after the last time where I said that I don't think she's manipulating him, I don't trust anyone. Everyone just wants to get something, but actually that's what real life is like. But it's fine as long as you can acknowledge that. And also, but that's a whole other conversation, isn't it? Because on a very basic level, everyone wants something, whether it's companionship or everyone. Like even if you give money to a poor person, at the end of the day, what you want is to feel good. Like maybe the feeling good isn't like you're right here, but at the end of the day, you're still getting something. You're always getting something, and everyone wants something. Maybe that's okay too. Intention is everything, right? At least almost. Even if your intention is not to hurt someone and you hurt someone, that doesn't make it better. So okay, intention isn't everything. Interesting. Gun devil. Fair exchange. I like it. I don't know how, but it's not gonna happen. Uh-oh. Can any boy resist that? It's highly likely that she's not into boys at all. But I don't know for sure. When they're acting all silly and stuff, you forget that their job is actually like insanely dangerous, and you forget what these people have seen, most likely, you know. So they will probably carry like a very, very like a deep darkness or a deep scar. So the best way to cope with something like that in your day-to-day life is to be cheerful and to tease boys and to, you know, think about boobs. So yeah, interesting how quickly the show can change the mood, right? Oh shit, maze. Infinite maze. That's why no one has... Ah. No, don't go away from each other though. Ore. Wow, so cool. I like that. It's so cool that the ending songs are all different. Like, that is such a nice touch. The first comment is, my mom just walked in while Denji was enjoying titties. Really? It was a really great setup episode. I'm quite curious about the horse symbolism in the ending song. Like, is there a specific meaning? The horse is a majestic animal that embodies the spiritual power of independence, freedom, nobleness, endurance, confidence, triumph, heroism, and competition. Its symbol is associated with strength, courage, and freedom. But I mean, it could be something entirely different in Japanese. I don't know. Definitely after the show's over, I'm going to try and do a video where I watch all the ending songs again. It's freaking good. And either it's just like they're going completely random about it and just deciding like, okay, here is what I want you to focus on, go wild with it. You know, they just give a theme or something to the creator and the creator goes with it, you know, visually. But I wonder if there was like more thought into it, like, okay, specifically I want the horse for this reason and the horse has to change from this type to this type to this type for this reason. Like, I'm very curious about stuff like that, but it's very difficult to know to know about that stuff until you watch the show and start associating things, right? I mean, if a horse means freedom, and that is definitely linked to the show with regards to Denji's freedom and how free he really is, if at all. But I don't know. I feel like I would need to watch a bit more to see more, to understand more, to theorize more. Okay, so here we go. Chainsaw Man, episode 5. Last week, Bleach and the Chainsaw Man had the exact same score. It's quite interesting to see, like, compare with all the seasonals. Spy Family Part 2, episode 4 had an 8.4. My Hero Academia, season 6, episode 4 had an 8.9. Bleach and Bleach and Chainsaw Man both had 9.3. And I don't compare these things in terms of, like, they're all completely different shows. So I'm not really comparing them like, oh, well, like, even if they have the same score, even if My Hero Academia and the Chainsaw Man had the same score, I would say Chainsaw Man's score is way heavier than My Hero Academia's scores, because My Hero Academia is a shonen and Chainsaw Man to me is more seinen. So a seinen score is heavier than a shonen score because it's, for me, easier for a shonen to be good than it is for a seinen to be good. But those are like arbitrary personal guidelines, right? With how I do my scores. It's because, you know, when you see, let's say I score My Hero Academia season 2 and 8, and I score Mob season 3 and 8, like you'd think, oh, well, then they're equally good, but that's not necessarily the case. Although with My Hero Academia and Mob, they're both shonen, so it's more likely the case compared to others. Sorry, rambling. Mob had a 9.1 at episode 4. So this week, Bleach, though, was on a different place in the story compared to Chainsaw Man. So the story, I don't think the scores are going to match up like last week. Bleach was at like a pinnacle point, things going, you know, wild, and then here this was a build-up episode, a more character-driven episode where Denji was kind of like, he realized that thing that we all realize at some point, you reach a goal and then it's not really what you thought that it was. Denji realized that what something is in your head and what you imagine it to be and how you imagine it to work or how you imagine it to feel once you get there doesn't always work out that way. It could still work out. Like, he still loved touching a boob when it was in a different environment and a different person. The environment, there's so many variables. And the variables are vastly different. So I hated one, I might still love the other. And that's exactly, you know, Denji's situation, where he was like, this is not what I imagined. My whole life, it was built on a lie, essentially. But then with Makima, that intimacy, her personality, he felt like this is what it could feel like. And he learned a little bit something about, you know, goals and dreams and how they work. And she's motivating him, of course, with like, any wish you want. So it's kind of manipulative, but also he's getting something out of it. I do believe that she would give him any wish, although I don't see how it's going to work out that she would sleep with him. But until we get there, we can't know how much is she manipulating him. Like, because manipulation is also a normal part of life. Like my dad, when I was studying in primary school, my dad said for every A that I get, he'll give me $10 or something like that. That's manipulation. But it's not like, I was like, I want $10. He wants me to do good in school. We both benefit. And in the end, I'm getting good grades and I learn and So like, not all manipulation is necessarily bad. But until we see, but the power dynamic between them is too different. It's not like she's his parent. Like, my dad manipulating me to get good grades is not the same as his whole situation in the first place, because he's essentially a slave, you know? Because if he doesn't work with them, it's very difficult. So I would say that the story needs to unfold more before we can really judge these things and these people. So yeah, it was a more character-driven episode and set up for whatever, this gun devil. And, you know, every country has their thing. Our country has a huge rape problem and gender-based violence, because we are a westernized country, but not very. Like, there's a lot of parts that is still not westernized. Some parts women are still seen as property, essentially, and so of course that will lead to things like more rape, because of the woman isn't seen like a woman. That, you know how many kids drop out of school because they get pregnant, like, and I'm not talking about 16-17-year-olds because they're sleeping around with their boyfriends. I'm talking about 12-13-year-olds because they get raped. So that's why I wonder what that devil would look like, or demon. God. But in a sense, it's very interesting that in this world, those demons get a physical form, right? And that, oh, you can defeat them by defeating the demon. Like, it's so, in the real world, it's not that easy. And like, of course, like, imagine you could just defeat the rape devil. Like, oh, that would stop rape. No, it wouldn't. Rape is, to me, that is one of the worst crimes, sins, whatever. But like, to really defeat something like that, or actually make a difference in the real world, you have to look at, like, why does it happen? And now you're going to start having to address stuff in our country that's like people's religions and cultures, and like, it feels like you have to flip over so many, like, how could you solve this problem? Like, this is the problem, yes, but it's as a result of all these things. And like, how do you, it feels so overwhelming. So it's so much easier to just, oh my god, there's a physical demon thing, let's defeat that. In the real world, you can't just point like, there, that's the problem, let's kill it. Wouldn't it be so much better if you could do that? Oh my god. The story is very interesting, though. Even if I say like, oh, it would be so much easier to point to that demon and like, go kill it now, we see that they're not living easy lives, these people. Interesting. I would say story 9, characters 9, visuals 9, audio 9.5, enjoyment/investment 8.8. That's my strict score. I'm being strict. A 9.1 from me. We had a 10, a 9.4, a 9.9, a 9.3, and a 9.1. I'm guessing next time we're going to have more action, so it's probably going to be like... And just one more thing, and I already mentioned it, but it's just so amazing how the show can go from like, ha ha ha, fun, and funny, boom, death, destruction. It's good because it's not like jarring, it's interesting and intentional. That's it from my side. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I will see you next week for episode 6. Bye.